Hey guys, this is Cody Allen with Selectel Wireless. We're going to do a repair on a iPad Gen 7. We're going to do a LCD repair. So there's adhesive that runs all the way around the screen. So you want to make sure you get this heated up all around the edges, basically. Just heating it up slowly as you go. You can use a heat gun or a hair dryer. What I'm using today is a screen separator. It applies heat and it pulls on the tablet itself, so that when you're trying to get the screen off, you can pull it up pretty easy. So right now I'm just getting this heat pad. I want to get it to about 80 degrees Celsius, and then I'll set the tablet on it and let it get a little hot so we can get the screen off. Okay, so it's pretty toasty right now. It's just under 80 degrees Celsius. Now it's 80. So we're going to set this on here. We're only going to set it on there maybe 2 minutes at most. And you can use, so we got it set on there. We got it set on there. You can use something to kind of put some pressure on it. I use a little toolkit here. So you can see that toolkit. And I'm just going to leave it on there for about a minute. Okay, so now once it's nice and toasty here, so I like to use a little metal prying tool first, and then just kind of wedge it up. And then once I get it wedged up, I'll put a little plastic card in there, and we'll hold that. Then we'll grab some more of our plastic card. And what you're trying to do, alright, is just kind of work around the edge here. You want to take your plastic card and kind of work around the edge to get some of that adhesive picked up. But you got to be very careful because there's a cord. I think it's right here. So you don't want to pull it super hard because you'll cut the cord, the cable. We're just going to work it. Trying not to cut anything. Okay. You can kind of see this top screen is starting to pop off. It's starting to come up a little bit. Yep, there you go. You can see it under there. You want to be very careful not to scratch the digitizer underneath or the LCD. Sometimes when you're doing this, you have to heat it up as you go. So we're going to take this and we're going to put it on to our heat source again. If you're using a hot air gun, you can heat it up as you go. So we're just going to let that sit on the heat for a little bit. Okay, so now you want to grab your suction cup. You want to be very careful, just kind of pull, just give it a little pressure, and as you're pulling up on the screen, you can work your plastic hard. Watch it out. And kind of work that adhesive up. Okay. I'm getting somewhere. You see, it's starting to pick up. So the screen's coming off. Okay, so I'm gonna apply some more heat on this side here because this little area is kind of giving me a little bit of a hard time. So we're gonna heat that up a little bit. To do so, I put a card here so it doesn't try to. I should probably put a card up by the camera as well. But I put a card here on the corner so that this doesn't want to fall back down and stick. Yeah, see, I'll put one right there too, just in case. Okay, and then I'm just setting it on the heat pad right on that corner there. Letting it sit for a little bit so it can heat up. You're gonna have to do this a few times, especially if you're using a heat gun. It's a little bit easier with a heat gun in my opinion, because you can just kind of direct the hot air on the place that you're trying to pull up. It's a little bit easier. Okay. Kind of as you're working the edges, you can pull up on it, and it kind of helps you get in there. So we're in there. We got the top part pretty much taken care of. Now I just got to work on this line right here, this outer edge. Now we're at this corner, and look, it's starting to come off a little bit right here. But we don't want to pull it up all the way yet, because there's adhesive down here that's keeping it stuck there. If we do, we'll bend this. This edge a little bit. Oh, daddy. Now, I'm just gonna work it under there. Watch out for the button. And, oh, there it goes. Okay, so there should be a cable right here. Yes, there's the cable. So now we have, that's not there. Now we have the screen up. Keep your hands away from this. You don't want to get fingerprints on it because it's extremely hard to clean off. You can use a little book to pry this up, or to keep the screen from falling over. I'm going to use my toolkit. And then there are 4 screws on these corners, Phillips screws. The last one here. Keep my hand away from that. Okay, so the screen should just lift up. There's a cable underneath, so you gotta be very careful. I don't lift it up too much, but there's a bracket right there held in with 3 Phillips screwed. That's the bracket you want to take off, because that's where the digitizer, the screen plugs in, right there. So you want to take this here bracket off. Oh, tiny Phillips. There we go. 1 screw. 2 screw. That's this little cable right here. That's the one that you want to pop off. And boom, just like that, you get the screen out. Okay, so we're going to put our new screen on. Okay, so it's going to be kind of hard to see, but I'm just connecting this cable to this. In place. Make sure it's down pretty good. Okay, now I need something to hold this. Now you're going to want to put your bracket in right here, right back to where it was. Let's make the one like this. And put your Phillips screws in. Alright, so we're putting our screw in. Tighten that bad boy down. Once you get one in, it's pretty easy to get the other ones in. You can let go now. Okay. Now we can put our screw. I'm shaking too much. Screw in here, and then we can lay down that digitizer right here, and then again you have 4 screws that screw that in right there. Definitely don't forget to take the film off. Last one. Okay, once you have it all screwed down, don't forget to take off the film. Just like that. And then, now you're done. You can just either, you can put some adhesive down, or what I like to do, just in case I ever have to mess with it again, is I'll just lay down the screen and then heat it back up for a little bit, and then just kind of make sure that it's sitting flush. You can kind of work it, just pushing it on the edges and make sure that it lines up. Okay. And then, of course, after you're done, clean off all your fingerprints, make sure it looks presentable. And that is how you fix a 7th gen iPad.